We have delegate caucus coming up February 10th for the Republican State Convention. Weymouth can send 58 delegates.
Jesus.
I'd like to send 58 people to the and that is excluding our 7 ex officio delegates. Right. I'm ex officio because I'm the party chair, but, you know, one thing I will say, it definitely is an honor to chair the party again. I'm official, as what my friend Kevin O'Donnell, the chair of Cohasset, said to me, "You are officially a recycled chair. Welcome to the club." I'm like, oh boy. But,
yeah, I'm definitely curious to hear how that caucus ends up going, because...
Matt, why don't you come to the caucus?
Hey, if you guys will have me, I'd be more than happy to.
Come, we'd love to have you.
I was just at the Abington caucus on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
They had 19 seats to send, but we also had
some Abington.
Special guests.
Yeah, I envy Abington. You know, we're going to try and... We will have some special guests at the Weymouth RTC caucus.
Can you say who, or is that...
You have to come to the caucus and the meeting to find out who the guests are.
It's not for me, it's for anybody who's listening.
No, I'll tell you once the video's over, but, you know, for the video, you know, they have to come to it. But, you know, I will just say this right now. You know, we have, statewide, to give you an update, we have a lot of people running. We have Mike Keneally, Mike Minogue, and Brian Shortsleeve running for governor. So we have 2 Mikes and 1 Brian running for governor. That's what I like to say.
Yes.
2 Mikes, 1 Brian. Win the primary, you know, there's probably a 66.6% chance that it, or 66 points, we'll round up because I don't like 666. I'm a good Christian. So, you know, there's a 66.7% chance that somebody named Mike is the nominee. You never know. So Mike Keneally, Mike Minogue, Brian Shortsleeve are all running for governor of Massachusetts. As an RTC chair with 58 delegates, I have decided to not get involved in any of the campaigns, to not publicly endorse any candidate running for governor. But they are, you know, they are all really good people. If you do, you know, I'm not a big fan of Maura Healey. Maura Healey, I think, is not taking Massachusetts in a good direction, and I'm more than happy to have a conversation with anybody like that. And I'll have a face-to-face conversation or a phone. I will not have an argument. I will have a discussion. But Healey, you know, any of those 3 candidates, in my opinion, will be better than Maura Healey, and I would vote for any of them over Maura Healey. And they all seem like really good people that, you know, want to step up. So since we have 58 delegates, I want to show that we have level playing field and be fair and give them a warm Weymouth welcome. We also have Ann Brensley running for lieutenant governor, Elizabeth Dion, who is running for out of Belmont, who's running for state treasurer. And we also have, I said Ann Brensley, right?
I think you did.
I think I did too. And we also have John Deaton, who is running for U.S. Senate against Ed Markey. He ran against Elizabeth Warren. Now he's running against Markey. So the Mass GOP, especially statewide, we're going to have a lot of good candidates. Now, if any of you don't end up getting caucused in, or if you're not registered as Republicans, go on and see if you can be a guest to the state convention. I'm sitting at a desk. Go on and see if you can become a guest to the state convention. I'm sure the party will gladly take your money and have you become a guest to it. You just can't vote, but a guest you can go and go to the parties the night before. You know, we'll have more information ahead of time. I'm looking forward to this, you know, state convention. You know, the state convention's a lot of fun. This is going to be my 3rd state convention. I don't think it's ever going to stop. But, you know, Weymouth can send 58 delegates. Now, just remember, too, in order to just have your name placed on the ballot in Massachusetts for a statewide office, you need to get the required amount of signatures. For governor, it's 10,000. Senate's 10,000. Lieutenant governor's 10,000. I think the other constitutional offices, excluding attorney general, are 5,000.
Yes,
I think attorney general is still 10,000.
Yeah, Elizabeth Dion, I know when I spoke with her, she needed 5,000, and from my own experience, congressmen need 2,000.
Congressmen need 2,000. Now, congressmen are exempt from the state convention because they are not statewide officials.
Yes,
so they're exempt from needing the. But in order to get on the ballot, you need not only those signatures, but you need 15% of the delegate vote at the state convention. And this is on the Democrat side, too. You need 15% of the delegates. It's written into the law. So that means if we send, you know, 3, you know, so say if we send 100 people to the convention. Now, there's way more than are going out to the convention, but this is just to put
For
mathematics
numbers.
in my term for numbers. You need to get at least 15 of those attendees that are delegates of the convention to vote for you. You don't have to win the convention, but the bottom amount of votes you need is 15%. So if you were to get 14 votes, or 14%, or 14.99999%, doesn't round up, you're off. And you need 10,000 or the required amount of signatures for statewide office. So it's a process. And that's why me as a town committee chair, it's my duty and my office to make sure that this caucus and this convention goes as smoothly as possible for the delegates from Weymouth and for the candidates. We owe it to them. If they're willing to run for statewide office, which is not easy to do, we should at least, show them our support and respect by making sure this is an effective caucus, an effective convention, and a well-run caucus and a well-run convention. And as the chair of the Weymouth Republican Town Committee, that's my goal to do that. If any one of you wants to be a delegate that's watching, as long as you were a registered Republican by December 31st and you're from Weymouth, please reach out to the Weymouth Republican Town Committee. You can also reach out to me directly at joebronsky@yahoo.com. I'm more than happy to talk to you and make sure that we have your credentials verified so you can become a delegate.
Yeah, no, the whole process is very, very fascinating because I wasn't
And it's
involved.
a process, I'll tell you that. It is a process.